Hello, my sweet summer children. I'm back with some juice to get you through the long night. In today's video, I'm going to give you the most likely ways that Sansa could die. While at times I like Sansa, at times, most of the time I don't. I liked her Elaine chapters, some of her stuff in the Vale, and a lot of her season 6 stuff, but most of the time when reading her POVs, I either feel pity or just, what the hell are you doing, girl? Like, I just want to grab her and shake her. Spoiler alert, Sansa will not survive to the end of this thing. Basically, the leak of George R.R. Martin's original outline of his novels, there are only 5 survivors, and Sansa isn't one of them. And I think that's one thing that hasn't changed. If you missed it, no worries, I'll link it at the top. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and become a sweet summer child. So, when Sansa leaves Winterfell for King's Landing, she is basically a hopeless romantic. She believes in knights in shining armor and chivalry and all the songs and poems of princesses and heroes that she has heard her whole life. She believes life is a song, but the prince she was to marry was a monster. Oh, why, yes, he was beautiful to look at, but inside he was a monster. And that brings me to number 4, dying in childbirth. Why yes, dying in childbirth, but with whose child? My boy Talking Thrones did a video on the possibility of Tyrion and Sansa getting back together. Check that out on his channel, it will be linked at the top. So I agree that this is totally plausible for Sansa to get together with her husband Tyrion. Now, Sansa and Tyrion never consummated their marriage, but no one knows that really, and it would have to be proven, and the marriage would have to be dissolved by the High Septon, and the one that married them is dead, and the other one was evaporated by Cersei. So, by all intents and purposes, Sansa is a Lannister. Tyrion was a monster on the outside, but on the inside, he was a good guy. He treated Sansa kindly. He didn't force himself upon her, and after her dealings with other men, my God, she probably is wishing for Tyrion right now. So he is the polar opposite of Joffrey. Sansa said she wanted a son, a golden lion with beautiful blonde hair.
Golden lion, and I'll give him sons with beautiful blonde hair.
Well, Tyrion is a golden lion. I think Sansa and Tyrion could develop a strong love. Tyrion treated her very well and challenged Joffrey many times in her honor.
What is the meaning of this?
There will be no bedding ceremony.
There will be, if I command it.
Then you'll be fucking your own bride with a wooden cock.
I'm going to have it served to Sansa at my wedding feast.
No. She is no longer yours to torment.
Tyrion may come to love Sansa. She gets pregnant with the heir to Casterly Rock. How crazy would that be? Tywin forced this marriage so that Tyrion could take Winterfell, but what if it's the other way around and Sansa wants it to take the rock? A wolf cub, heir to Casterly Rock. Now, death during childbirth was actually quite common back in the day, and it's quite common in Westeros. Lyanna Stark, Rhaella Targaryen, Joanna Lannister, Manisa Tully, Catelyn's mother, Sansa's grandmother, the mother of Mance Rayder's son, all died during childbirth. So it's common in our story, but it hasn't happened yet in the forefront of our story. So I say Tyrion falls in love with Sansa, she gets pregnant with a son, a golden lion with beautiful blonde hair, and she dies while giving birth to her son. Her son lives, and Tyrion has a choice to make. Does he treat this son like Tywin treated him? Does he finally understand how his father felt when he lost his wife? Or does he love his son unconditionally? It would be poetic, to say the least. Number 3, she could become the Night Queen. So Sansa will probably remain in the north, holding down Winterfell while Jon rallies the realm, and she'll be safe there for a time, but she may eventually have to face it off with the White Walkers. I have played with the thought of the White Walkers wanting a queen, like bees in a hive. Like maybe they want Daenerys. They need a woman. Maybe that's what they need. We haven't seen any women who are White Walkers yet. So far it's been a sausage party, and the last one we know of is the Night Queen. There is also this connection of Stark blood. Now from what I know of, the White Walkers or the others, they can only turn someone into a walker if they are infants, like what they did with Craster's sons. That isn't a fact though, because we don't know much about them. We should learn a lot more about them during the Winds of Winter. But we know in the show Benjen is undead, and he got that way the same way the walkers were supposedly created. Dragon glass through the heart. Does that work with everyone? Or does that only work if you're Stark? Or if you have Stark blood? Because I definitely think the person that we are seeing, the Night King, is a Stark. So the woman that they are looking for will need to be a Stark. And Sansa would be the perfect bride. She has Stark blood. She is beautiful, and I think she might be a willing sacrifice. No, she doesn't seem like that is something that she would be willing to do, but Sansa has been through so much. Sansa is a Stark of Winterfell, but at the end of the day, she is just as much a Tully of River Run, and her words are family, duty, and honor. After she's done everything she can do, and she knows there's a choice to be made, she could become the Queen of Whites, the Queen of Ice, the Queen of Night. Number 2, she could get Littlefingered. So yeah, Sansa and Littlefinger have had this connection and been intertwined since the very beginning of the story. He has taught her that people who know too much, well, the best way to silence them is a bolt through the heart. Sansa knows way too much. She knows Littlefinger killed Joffrey with the Queen of Thorns. She knows he killed Lysa. She knows of his plots, motives, and schemes. And during this battle of the bastards, she reaches out to Littlefinger and he helps her. And then she friend zones the hell out of him. So I'm thinking she might start to distance herself from Littlefinger. And that will make him squirm. And that will make him know he needs to kill her in order to silence her. But she just may beat him to the punch. We will have to wait and see. Number 1, starvation. While starvation doesn't seem like a glorious way to die or as exciting as giving birth to Tyrion's baby and dying in a bed of blood or becoming queen of the White Walkers, starvation is a highly probable cause of death during medieval winter, and even more so probable for Sansa. Sansa will be held up at Winterfell. The long night is coming. They haven't been at Winterfell in a long time. The Boltons had Winterfell, and when Roose Bolton and Ramsay were discussing Stannis, they said they had enough food for 6 months.
Repaired. The gates have been reinforced. We have enough food for 6 months.
That's not a lot of food. That won't hold them through the winter, not when winter can last years. Winterfell, however, does have glass gardens, and maybe that will help them a little, but in reality, all this fighting they were doing and playing this Game of Thrones, it's a wonder if any houses will survive winter, and starvation is very possible, not only for Sansa, but anyone else that's at Winterfell. What do you guys think? How does Sansa go out? I'm almost 99% sure that she's not gonna make it. Bless her sweet little heart. But how does she die? Do you think Sansa and Tyrion could get back together, especially given the mutual benefit? As I've said before, we are owed some weddings. Do you think she could become the Night Queen? Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch my videos. Like this video if you like it. You can connect with me on these social medias. Click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you can become a sweet summer child. Okay, my sweet summer children. Have a good night.